Let us now see what other changes I will have to make so that all the components run one after the other. So in the previous video, we had already seen how to include the data validation component within this run.py file, and we had partially talked about the code for the feature engineering component as well. I've completed that code, and now you can see similarly for model training also, I have provided the entry point and the parameters, and as of now I've hard coded these values, and we will refactor this a bit later so that we get rid of the hard coded paths as well as hyperparameters in all our components later on. But let's see if doing this helps us run one component after the other. So all I now need to do is simply run the run.py file, and this will now start executing one component after the other. I think it's executing the first component where the training and test files are being read. They are being validated, and then they'll be put in a landing zone. And then the feature engineering component will run. Now this run is finished for the data validation component. It will then start running the feature engineering component, which it has started running, and it has run the feature engineering component as well. You can see it has saved the engineered artifacts. Now it is running the model training component, and it is reading the X and Y from the feature store, and then soon it will start training the model as well. You can see it trained the model, it found out the matrix, and then the complete run has ended. And now you can see with just a single command, I'm able to run one component after the other. And you can now see that we've come a long way. Initially, we had to run each component manually. In fact, we had to instantiate the Conda environment manually. Then what we did was we added the ML project files, which enabled us to provide the Python execution environment. And finally, what we've done now is we are using the mlflow Python client to run each of these components one after the other. The only thing now remains is how do we decouple these paths and hyperparameters. Now let's talk about that.